We got caught up. He brought in Shaq. LeBron got welcome. Arena of the Mind. Arena of the Mind. Arena of the Mind. Arena of the Mind. Welcome to Arena of the Mind. Charles Dickson with Rob Parks. Just get the intros out real quick. Mike Brown is out. Mike D'Antoni is in.
Not surprised.
Quick. That was quick.
It's like 2 days.
That was really quick. They just switched last names pretty much and just said, let's just bring in Mike D'Antoni. I mean, everybody thought Phil Jackson was coming in. It definitely was the choice that everybody wanted, from Kobe Bryant to all the fans in Los Angeles. They wanted Phil Jackson. He got 5 championship rings. Pretty much, how do you feel about the D'Antoni hire?
I like the hire, and I'm not surprised by the hire. Of course, I'd rather have Phil Jackson, but Mike D'Antoni, I'm not surprised. Steve Nash, he coached Steve Nash for years. They want to run a more up-tempo style. The defense is going to be a problem, but he can mask that because he has Dwight Howard, so it's not that big of a deal. Because Dwight Howard's going to play D regardless, and they want to get points up. And I predicted that 2 days ago with Mike Brown. I tweeted it. I should have favorited the tweet so I could show everybody, but not surprised. I
am very, very, very surprised.
Also, Kobe has a relationship with Mike D'Antoni.
And who cares? You know, it's great. It's great that you have a relationship with Kobe. That's fantastic. But you don't have the same Steve Nash you had with the Suns. You don't have the same Pau Gasol that beat you when you played against the Lakers in the playoffs. You don't have the same Kobe that beat you when you played against the Lakers in the playoffs. And you just pretty much took Mike Brown, fired a one-dimensional coach who was just defense, and hired a one-dimensional coach that's offense. Now, I don't see the reason why to do this so quick. Like, why don't go through the whole coaching process and interview Brian Shaw, interview Nick McMillan, interview Jerry Sloan, and finally figure out exactly
Brian Shaw wasn't even in consideration. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, he was in consideration in the summertime before they hired Mike Brown,
but not now.
He was. He was.
Right now he was?
He was. He was one of the names being thrown around. There was only 5 names being thrown around: Jackson, D'Antoni, Nick McMillan, Jerry Sloan, and Brian Shaw. They also said that Lakers interviewed Mike Dunleavy, which I feel like was the waste of time. I don't understand.
Mike Dunleavy keep getting interviewed
couldn't do well with the Clippers. Well, he did. He made it to the playoffs, the first playoffs in a long time under Dunleavy. But how did he even get an interview with the Lakers? I don't even understand how he just...
I don't know.
I don't even know why. They just like people names with Mike Dunleavy, Mike Brown, Mike D'Antoni. I don't understand. But I personally was surprised. Should have took your time. You know, if you weren't going to get Phil, you should have took your time at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, I know you were telling me Phil was asking for a lot.
He was. And they might have something against Phil. Like, that relationship might be a little shaky because he dates the owner's daughter, Jenny Buss. And Jim Buss runs things now. Jim Buss probably doesn't like Phil Jackson. It's probably safe to say.
Safe to say.
Safe to say. So that has something to do with it. That's why I thought, I'm like, man, I don't think they're going to hire Phil. My gut was like, D'Antoni's going to be the hire. And so I saw it last night. I wasn't surprised.
And the thing,
like, oh, okay, that's what I predicted.
You might not be surprised. And even Phil Jackson was surprised. This dude was pretty much stunned, according to ESPN, that they didn't even give him 2 days to think about it. Phil Jackson said in the meeting,
he was surprised?
Said, give me 2 days to think about it and get my thoughts together, and then I'll get back to you guys on Monday. I've been saying that Monday was the day Phil Jackson was going to be hired because
it's Monday. It started the business week.
It started the business week. And pretty much they didn't give him his 2 days to think. Phil Jackson was stunned because he got a call and text at 1 o'clock in the morning, pretty much saying, from Mitch, saying we're going another way and we're going with Mike D'Antoni. And now he's stunned. He's like, wow, like for real, like you didn't even give me a chance to think about it. And he's pretty much, I heard he was planning buying an airplane ticket to come to LA.
Where is he at? Montana?
I don't know. But you know, there's that massive probably somewhere.
I thought he was in LA.
In an isolated place. I mean, probably in Cali. He could be somewhere. I don't know where he lives.
Man, Phil's a great coach, but Phil, this would have been his 3rd stint with the Lakers, and they probably was just like, we're just gonna go in another direction. That's probably Mitch Kupchak's thought process and Jim Buss.
I mean, but look at the last stint that
Even though they're going to be successful, but it has to be something else behind the scenes that we don't know about, of course.
Oh, it has to be. It's something personal.
It's something personal.
It always comes down to something personal.
I
Like
think
when they
it's 'cause of
say
the
in the workplace, it's always good to have good relationship when you're there and when you're leaving, because you never know when you're gonna call on those people to come back.
Yeah, Phil. He just left in 2011.
Right.
And they were gonna bring him right back next year.
Look at when they hired him in the first place. Before they hired Phil Jackson, they had Dale Harris and as the coach. They had Phil Jackson, 3 championships. Phil Jackson leaves, and then they had Rudy Tomjanovich. They had for about a year, a little bit, and they had another coach. I can't remember, but they had Phil Jackson again. He wins 2 more championships.
Yeah.
Now you Mike Brown, you're struggling. Which you really didn't struggle because the shortened season. You went to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Did well, lost to the Thunder, which it wasn't Mike Brown's fault. It's just Lakers couldn't close against the Thunder.
It was Kobe's fault and Andrew Bynum's fault.
And then this year is 1-4. You didn't give him a fair chance. Give him at least 10 games.
Yeah, Mike Brown got a bad rap because that Thunder and Lakers series could have went to the Lakers.
Right.
Those games were to the last 10 seconds. All those games.
Right.
And they either turned the ball over or they missed a shot. Bynum didn't show up.
Right.
At all.
The play calling
if Bynum halfway shows up, the Lakers win that series.
Yeah. The play calling was the best that it can be against the Thunder. You can't do it. And the defense they played against the Thunder was superb, but they just couldn't
close the game.
Yeah. And I feel a little bit like LeBron said, he just feels like it's wrong that they kind of didn't give him a fair chance, a full season. You know, especially if you're thinking about firing a coach after 1-4, like, all right, I understand it's like Tinseltown, the glitz and the glamour. You want to win immediately. All the fans are getting on you, but the fans know that 1-4 shouldn't be that bad. All the real Laker fans know 1-4 isn't that bad. Understand, Dwight Howard's hurt still. He's not 100%. Kobe's not 100%. Steve Nash isn't even playing.
Right.
The only person that's 100%
why is LeBron talking about Mike Brown?
Because he's an old coach.
But LeBron didn't like Mike Brown.
Well,
they tried to get Mike Brown fired.
It doesn't matter if he like that. They didn't ask him if they didn't ask LeBron if he liked Mike Brown. They asked about the situation. And the thing is that as like other players thought at the time, it's like, wow, there was surprise about the firing. Now they're surprised about the hiring.
He'll get another job.
Mike Brown's gonna get another job.
Probably like in the Midwest somewhere.
Right.
I don't know where, but he'll get another job soon.
But it's crazy.
Just the Lakers, that situation was too much for him. But it could have easily worked out in his favor. Like I said, that second round, if that goes to the Lakers play the Spurs, they probably beat them and they go to the finals. And then this is a whole nother ball game. But that's life. Mike Brown is done in L.A.
Yeah, it's done in L.A. and Mike D'Antoni is here. Got 3-year, $12 million contract with a 4th-year option. Phil Jackson was asking for about 10 to 15 million, but they don't really know because the money spectrum of the deal wasn't even talked about yet. It was just about all the negotiation. And Phil Jackson wanting a piece of the Lakers and all this other stuff, not traveling to games, which is still a ridiculous rumor. I feel like doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Which Phil Jackson is a great coach and always will be one of the greatest coaches.
He is the greatest coach. Him and Red Auerbach. It's probably Phil, man.
Phil got 8 championships.
Because the NBA, Phil has 11 championships.
11 championships. Woo. Woo. 11 championships.
6 with the Bulls, 5 with the Lakers.
Yeah, I just
best of all time. Best coach of all time.
Had a moment. But yes, the Lakers go with Mike D'Antoni. News to us. News to everyone across the world. Kobe Bryant looked up to Mike D'Antoni as a kid overseas.
That's why he wore number 8 when he came into the league. D'Antoni wore number 8.
Hilarious.
Mike D'Antoni with the little Daisy Duke shorts.
Think about it. Kobe mirrored his game after Mike D'Antoni.
Sure he did. No, he didn't.
Yeah, well.
Michael Jordan. Mike Jordan.
Right.
Not D'Antoni.
Well, that's Arena of the Mind. I'm Charles Dickson.
Rob Parks.
And hopefully the Lakers season gets better.
Yeah, hopefully.
Even though Mike D'Antoni's not even joining the team yet. Big ups to Bernie Bickerstaff.
Yeah, good job.
Good job. 2-0.
Hey,
It's true.
I just want to let y'all know it's November 12th. It's gonna be like 85 degrees here.
I'm sweating.
Not to rub it in. It's like, what time is it right now? It's
It's
9:30. It's like 80 degrees, man. You know what I'm saying? We just living life, enjoying life. That's what we doing down here, man. You see it behind us. We out of here, man. Peace.
Can't believe he didn't say his word.
Oh, flourish, my boy. Flourish.
Now we